Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Earhart, and I am so excited that you're here to catch the weekly replay of my laid-back yet very inspiring conversations with other full-time professional artists. The purpose of this series is to show aspiring artists that it is completely possible to have a great career in the arts. And if you ever want to tune in and have your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just check out the schedule over at facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy every Tuesday to catch us on live. I'll see you there. This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time six-figure art business. With weekly trainings that include step-by-step proven art business techniques, plus painting tutorials from yours truly and other guest artists who are masters in their field, you will be well equipped to learn and grow into the highly skilled and highly profitable artist you know you're meant to be. I've figured out what it takes to build my own six-figure art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. It's not hard, but it does require your time and dedication. So if you're up for the challenge, go to advancedmember.com. That's advancedmember.com to learn more. We are starting a student spotlight series where every Monday I interview a couple of my amazing Artist Academy Advanced students, for one, to get to know them better, and to give them direct advice on their art business, and also so I can get feedback from them on how to be a better teacher and what they want to see more of in the group and just how life is. Life is all about communication. And this week I invited Jodi to go live with me, and it was so fun getting to know her because she's done so much in her art career already and now lives in Hawaii where she is having to essentially start over from the move and make new connections and reinvent her artistic business approach. And I'm all for it. She's seeing this in such a positive light to do something new and just take a different path, and it's going to be so fun. So let me know what you think about this new student spotlight series with Jodi Trujillo. You just want to start with just telling them a little bit about how you got into art maybe and where you're at right now?
Well, I've been drawing since I was like 8. I have a family of artists that I grew up watching. I guess you could say we're all in realist art. So we like to draw what we see, and my uncles are amazing artists, and they would just with a pencil draw, amazing portraits. They look like photographs. It was just, and that just really intrigued me. I was a shy kid, so this was something that helped me open the door to talk to other people.
Yeah.
And so, I'd when I go visit my uncles at my grandma's house, I'd have this little book and a pencil, and I would just like sit in the corner and just watch them and just kind of mimic whatever they were doing. And they saw me, and then they just kind of took me under their wing and just started showing me, some techniques. And then any opportunity in school that I had to take art lessons and stuff, that's what I did.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah. And then I did take a little bit of art in college. I don't like to tell people how to do art. I like to guide them, but yes. I don't like to tell them, no, that's wrong. Unless they say, there's something wrong. Can you help me do this? But I want them to figure that on themselves. Yeah. Because everybody's art is different and their techniques are different. And so I didn't finish college with that. And then I get married and have kids. And in 2000, I started painting murals. I was addicted. I love murals. And I had a really good gig with the LA County Fair for a couple years because every year they would have a different theme. And I would come in that summer before the fair started and would paint murals for their themes. So yeah, that's how I got started. And then 2008, I was watching Drew talking about like, how you surviving. And so 2008, when the whole economy dipped, everything dipped for me as far as murals and stuff. And I had to kind of like restart all over again. And I started slowly again. I didn't get to go back into the murals business, but I did start to teach art in my garage.
Oh, wow.
Weekly packages. And it was funny because I told my husband that was like the start of the paint party thing, because friends would buy this package and come on the same day. And so I'd have like 10 friends coming for an art lesson. And so that was like before the whole paint party biz started booming. That was like the start of it for me. And then I went into the paint party business in California.
What's your next step? What are you working on right now in order to like get more business? Why did you join the Artists Academy? What do you want out of it? What can I do for you, basically?
Well, okay, so it was really hard to find an artist mentor, especially even in the 2000s, like before like the internet became like your source of building your business. It was really like word of mouth and who you know. Yeah. And that's pretty much how I got mine. But I was on it all by myself. I joined the Art Academy because you were just sharing so much good information, and you had so many good ideas, and I just love like all your paintings. I was just like, oh my gosh, that was like me when I was like, in my early 20s. That was a long time ago. I was just like, I wish we had this, whole, internet and web and Instagram kind of set up, to create communities like this for artists that don't know where to start, how to start, what to do, because, a lot of people are out there that will take advantage of your gift, and I've had that happen.
That's crazy. Yeah. And I know that like, it's very stereotypical for like people in the Midwest, like here, to be like very happy and just share everything. And like, but even here there's a lot of people that are still like, I don't know about that, but I imagine it's so even more, just like times 100 in like places like LA and California. Okay, so you're wanting to get out of the paint party business now, really?
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, I started the free lives on Facebook for, the people that are stuck at home.
Yeah.
And also to keep the face up of my business is called Paint Escape with me, to keep up the face of Paint Escape with me. So when things get back to some kind of normal, my daughter can continue on. And she works for the city, so she wasn't able to do it. So she's still working. I started doing the lives. Well, then I started getting private messages. Will you do a private virtual party for us? So now I'm doing private virtual parties here and there. I just started like, just like this past weekend, I started getting messages. Do you do private virtual parties? I'm like, okay. So it's like, they're going to be like 1 hour. I'm only charging $50 for an hour. So, but it's just like, okay.
You're like, I was going to get out of this, but since you guys are asking for it, like.
Yeah. So I would like to keep because I'm a natural introvert, so I could stay in the house and paint all day and not have any contact,
Yeah.
And and my older kids can attest to this, is that when they're little and I would be drawing while they're playing, and then they'd come to want me for something, I couldn't hear them because I was just in the zone. And then they'd come and shake me, Mom, they're calling me. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So that's how bad I get. So doing something, I would like to keep my foot just a little bit in the paint parties, just to keep my face out there and stay connected to people so that I don't get lost.
What do you mean by that?
Because it would be easy for me to just promote my art and not like be out there like face-wise.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think the paint parties for me would be good for me to be personally with everybody that I might be in contact with.
In the Artist Academy, we're kind of getting back to this whole like one week we focus on this, and then the next week we focus on this, kind of a thing. Do you like that method, or is there anything that I can improve to teach you in a way? Is there anything you want to learn specifically, or are you mostly in it for the community, for the inspiration? What's your favorite?
I really love, I first joined because of the community, because I didn't know a lot of artists, you know, like I'm a part of Drew Brophy's paint classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
And that's like my time, because, you know, I'm pouring out and doing lives every day. And so that was like my time of doing something like, you know, out of the box for me. So now I'm like paying more attention to the names of the artists that I'm like admiring the artwork with, because I really want to follow them. Like, I think the only artist, and this was before internet, the one I really followed was Wyland, because he did all ocean, and that was like my heart and soul was ocean and ocean animals and all that stuff. And so
I have a story about that. So we were just on a cruise in Antarctica, right? And one of the guides, I was telling him about how I was an artist, and he was like, "Oh, I've met that one artist, Wyland." I was like, "You've met Wyland?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he was on a cruise ship with him, or an expedition with him 10, 15 years ago or something like that. And he said that they stopped, and he got out and he drew with like this like red paint or red ink or red dye, something like that. And he just like started like drawing in the snow and did like a 20-foot by 15-foot. And he was just going along, and like you can't really see much on the bottom. And then the guy, the expedition leader, was like, "What is this guy doing? Like, what is this crazy artist?" And then they got up on the ship and looked down, and it was a perfect polar bear that Wyland had done, just on the ground, like just doing that. And he was like, "All right, I knew this guy was legit." Yeah, I was telling this guy, like, "You met Wyland."
that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I was listening to Drew, and he said how he wrote down everything that he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was like, well, it'd be great if you like created a plan like that for the artist to have like something, a guide, like, because I mean, we can, as artists, can go like our minds can go all over the place.
Yeah.
But to have something like for a guide for us to go through, to really like focus in like what is it that we're trying to go after in our gift, you know.
For sure. Okay, let's do it. It's done.
That's awesome.
So we'll probably do at the first of every month from now on, inspired by you. We're going to do a, what should we call it? Like a monthly motivation, or just like planning our month, really. And we'll just go and do like 4 weeks at a time. Like, and I'll show you guys mine as well. And just get feedback, and that way we can like collect our thoughts into just one thing and focus. And yeah.
You could call it the art life plan.
The art life plan, yeah, for real. For like January, February, March. Okay. We'll start it in, what is it coming up? May? Yeah, May. 1st of May is in like a week and a half. So
I know, isn't that crazy? It's going by so fast.
So fast. Like, it was like, this is insane. It's a crazy time right now. And so,
it is.
Which makes it good for plan too, but
it's the greatest time to plan, because you have the time to focus, and you have the time to put into all the things that you didn't have time to do. And so if you're an artist and you're like, "Oh, I've always wanted to do a series," well, this is the time to focus on how to plan out that series, because you've got that time. You can set a certain amount every day, you know, to do that. And you have the freedom to, because it could be at any time of the day. It doesn't have to be late at night. So I used to work like till midnight doing my art, and I don't have to do that no more.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. And when people, you know, their schedules are a bit more freed up, and it's so like, great. Like, you have space in your mind to create new things. Like, because I remember all last year too, I was just like busy, and like didn't have time. And now this year is totally different. And it's amazing so far. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other questions about anything, or want to talk about anything else before we hop off?
More information, like how to get those email lists together.
How to get the emails?
Like how to build your email list. Like I did put it out there to send me the email. But if that doesn't happen, what other ways?
Yeah, so a lot of the times when people are, so the thing right now is a lot of people will like basically be like, hey, sign up for my email list to receive updates. And people don't want to receive updates. It's like you have to almost like promise them something or give them something or like a chance at something for that they really want. Kind of like my favorite way to do it is doing a giveaway. That's just like the way and for me to do it. And I usually get, several when I give away a print, and I just think like do it like the cost of doing business. And you can do a print, you could do um, you could do an original, you could do a custom or whatever, but people love the idea of getting something for free like that, and they'll give away their email, they'll give away whatever. And so I in the fourth quarter success plan, we have that whole like doing a giveaway formula. If you want to just like revise on that, and
Yes.
a lot of people when I see them doing a giveaway, they'll post like a text of be like, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. They don't do like a photo with it or whatever. So I always tell people like, whatever your best photo is, put it up there and then see like, hey, I'm doing a giveaway, and do it like for like 2 weeks straight or a week straight or a month, however long, just like every day, beat it over the head with it and be like, I'm doing a giveaway, give me your email, I'm doing a giveaway, give me your email, and just like over and over and over and over until you think you're annoying people, and then just do it one more time, and then and then be like, okay, the winner is this, and then you'll have several emails.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, really do need to focus on email lists and getting information out there, especially like we really do want to start the whole monthly print thing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of doing a monthly print thing of like Bob's Crazy Comics, and especially like for kids. So I really want something like, and or creating like a trading card collection or something.
Yeah, or even like doing like a monthly thing where you can send them like a custom comic of their dog or something once they're doing something, and you can kind of talk to them like, hey, what is he up to this month? And then create your own little kind of a thing. Anything subscription based or like recurring, I'm all about that, because it just, people get busy,
Yeah.
And so just getting them on that recurring thing helps a ton.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all your information. Like I'm saying, 20 years ago, artists would not even share information like this with each other.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's just, and I mean, we gain so much more from just talking to each other about things, like talking with you. Now we're going to do the monthly planning thing at the beginning of the month, because like getting feedback from you on that, and I always am telling people about my ideas just to get feedback, to be like, hey, do you think this is a good idea? How can I make it better? Is what I want to know to a lot of people. How can I make my idea better? And
right.
You don't, because like you only know so much inside of your own head, and we all think we're like super great, and we are, but just like spreading your word out and getting all this information from everybody else, just even if it's like little things like what kind of paint to use, what brushes, what cups to use, like just everything. It's so helpful.
And it helps broaden.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're in the group. I love seeing everybody interact. Everybody is, you especially, everybody is just so nice. And just
they
helpful. They are.
They are. I like every time I post something, I'm thinking, is someone going to say, oh, that's crap? No. I don't, even when you feel like it's like not your best, they're like, oh, that's great. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Or like they'll find the thing about it that's great. And like, oh yeah, that is pretty good. The eyes on that are pretty good, and it's just going through this art thing is so hard alone and lonely, like you said. And so going through it with people who are just so dang nice. Like, yeah, you guys are pretty great.
and then too, we all have like artist eyes. So we all are able to pull out the great things that we see in a picture. Whereas sometimes like our family members, when we rely on their input, you hear our critic voices like, oh, well, you could tweak the eye more this way, or you can, why don't you use more of this color? Or you're just like, can you just tell me what you thought?
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do. We have the artist eye, and we can be like, shade that a little bit more. And it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, but, so it's really helpful, because you get healthy feedback.
Healthy
And
feedback, yes.
yeah, that helps us keep going, or else we would be jumping off.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for coming on with me. You did amazing, and
Thank you.
we should do it again here in a couple months.
Yes.
Like a
check-in.
Yes. Yes.
Where are they now?
Yeah, exactly. And like, what have you accomplished and stuff like that. I love to just see you guys accomplishing new things. So I love it because right now this is all like, I mean, I'm going to say this and record it. We can look back on it to be like, oh, do you remember when, you first moved to Hawaii and, things were a little bit weird and you weren't super busy. And then 6 months from now, you're going to be like, I have so much work. I don't know what to do with it. And be like, remember that one conversation that we had?
I hope that one day that I could be like you, referring work to other people, because either you don't do it or you're just too busy.
Yeah, for sure. Like pets and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll send everybody else the butterflies.
Oh, there you go. Exactly. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to get off here, but it was super nice to officially meet you.
Thank you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time 6-figure art business. With weekly trainings that include step-by-step proven art business techniques, plus painting tutorials from yours truly, and other guest artists who are masters in their field, you will be well equipped to learn and grow into the highly skilled and highly profitable artist you're meant to be. I've figured out what it takes to build my own 6-figure art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. It's not hard, but it does require your time and dedication. So, if you're up for the challenge, go to advancedmember.com. That's advancedmember.com to learn more. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. If you review our podcast and send a screenshot of that review to me on Instagram, I am at @ArtByAndreaEarhart. I will then promote your art on my story and tag you as a little thank you for helping me grow this podcast and our Artist Academy community. I have a reach of over 50,000 on Instagram, so this is a little help me to help you incentive. Also, if you ever want your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just hop on over to facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy to check out the schedule every Tuesday to catch us on live. I'll see you next week.